Today, I will be giving you a brief overview of our new student management system, Skyward. Skyward will be used for your gradebook and attendance. Parents will also have access to Skyward in order to stay up to date on students' performance in your classroom. Let's get started by first looking at your initial login screen. This is the initial login screen for Skyward. You may access Skyward at skyward.scps.k12.fl.us. Once you are on this screen, you will select Click here for Educator Access Plus. On this screen, you will need to type in your login credentials as you do on your computer at school, and then type in your password, and then you will select Login. This is the Skyward home screen. First thing that I'd like to point out is on the right-hand side, this exit button. Anytime you need to close the program down, please click exit so it properly logs you out of the system. Now on the left-hand side, you see some tabs. The first tab is My Gradebook. This is where all assignments and scoring will be done, followed by My Students, and this lists all of your students in ABC order, followed by My Classes. This lists your students by class. We have post-daily attendance, and this is where you're going to take attendance every day. And you also have Teacher Access Tutorial, which has full help capability for you to access at any time. Let's first start off by taking daily attendance. You'll notice that I've already taken attendance in 2 of the classes. It is important that you take attendance every day the day of. If you forget to take attendance, you will need to go to the front office and have them enter it for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on this class, and I notice right off the bat that I have some alerts here on the left-hand side. For instance, this student has a primary disability handicap. Now if I want some more information, I click on that and it tells me that he is gifted. The next column are some more alerts. Once again, I can click on it and it's going to tell me Mitchell is in the special ed program for gifted. All the different codes are clickable and let you know what they are. For instance, an A means asthma, and down here this L tells me that the student is flagged as limited English proficient. Now you come across, you can see the student's last name, first name, and the grade that they are in. Now the program automatically defaults to being present, but I did click on this one earlier and already take attendance for the day. So let's go to a totally new class and take attendance. You notice, once again, they're all defaulted to present. And now I'm going to say that Alonzo was absent, Raphael was tardy, and then I click Save, and my attendance has been taken. You must log in and click Save even if you have perfect attendance. You may also take your attendance by seating chart. And it, once again, it defaults just like this to everyone being present, and I can mark this student as absent and this student as tardy. The indicators also appear on your seating chart, and if you scroll over them, it'll tell you what they are. And I'm going to click Save. My attendance is done in this class. Now, the seating chart, if you don't like the way that it appears, you can assign seats to your students. Once you assign it once, it will be saved forever. So I'm going to start by clearing my seating chart. And I'm going to adjust the number of rows. And I'm going to say that I have 5 rows and 5 seats per row. And click on Refresh, and it changes it. Now I need to assign seats. I can either do it one by one, or I can come over here and auto-assign seats by first name, by last name, or at random. I'll choose last name. Now I notice that Al and Zena are sitting next to each other. And I know that they talk a lot, so I'm going to split them apart. I'll take Zena, and I clicked on the button. Once I do that, I can either swap seats with Brett, or I can come down and put her in this empty seat down here. Once I get my seating chart how I like it, I'll click Save, and my seating chart has been updated. That is the basic functions for attendance and what you can do here. So let's click back. We are now going to explore the My Classes link. I'm going to click on My Classes, And from here, we're going to see all of your various classes. So if we go over and select class options, we'll be able to see you can look at your gradebook, attendance, discipline, the message center, survey, test scores, reports, gradebook tracker, and online assessment templates. The first thing I want to point out is you can see your class roster right here. And you may notice these different alerts. If you scroll over it, it will say what that alert stands for. For example, this student has a primary disability / handicap. And you can see their test scores on the right-hand side and also see absences that they've had. Now, if you click on the student's name, it pops up their information screen. From here, you can see their address, their primary guardian, and phone number. If there were any alerts, such as the student allergic to any items, those would appear here. You'll also get their student ID, their birth date, age, gender, race, and scrolling down here, their school information, you'll see what school that they go to. Entity refers to what actual school and number. For us, it would be 0071. You'd also see their advisor, their guidance counselor, a homeroom teacher. Also down here, you will see all their family information. You will notice that they have email addresses here. We will have these as up to date as possible. If you find an email address that's not up to date, if you will send that down to guidance, they will update it for you. Now you might want to go back to your home page, so you can either click back to go back to the previous screen, or you can simply click on home page. Now we're going to take a look at students. So once again, select My Students, and here you can see all your students in the list. You can either look up any student's last name that you have in any course. Once you have found the child that you want to look at, select them and click Select. And once again, it brings up this same screen. So you can access this information either by going by class or searching out for your students. This time I'm going to click back and back to go back to the main screen. We are now going to take a look at My Gradebook. Now I'm going to select this first gradebook. And on the screen you'll notice first of all that you have these icons right here that show whether the student is a boy or a girl. Blue and white stripes means it's a boy. A little green dress means that it's a girl. The next icon you see is a red cross. This simply says that they have some sort of health condition. You may click the icon and it will bring up and let you know, for instance, this child has asthma. On the next icon you see is a little rectangle which will tell you that this child may have some sort of disability, for example, a primary disability handicap. All you have to do is scroll over to see what it is. The next just lets you know what grade your student is in, and then the next is their name. If you select their name, it's going to pull up a chart just about that student, and you'll be able to see what grades that the students earned this quarter. You'll also see from other quarters some various information. Now remember, to go back, you click back, not the X in the upper right hand corner. Then the next thing that you're going to notice, you have their student number, and then this code right here which just tells you what school that they're going to. You also have a new button if the student is new, and it will let you know what day the student was added. Now as I look across, I see a bunch of different columns for different quarters and all of that. If you do not want to see all of this, if you go up to display options, you can select grade period display, and you can turn off all of the grades that are not this 9 weeks. And now I'm going to click save, and now I'm just seeing this 9 weeks. Now this first column will give you the term grade, and you need to select whether you want the fourth quarter, at the midterm, or if you want the semester average. Normally you're just going to want the fourth 9 weeks or third 9 weeks, that main score, and that'll give you that average right there. Then you have all of your various assignments. Now let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at how to enter a grade. So the first thing, I'm going to go up to assignments, add assignment. First thing I notice is category. You're going to need to select a category. These were predefined by county, So we're going to decide, hey, this is a quiz, select quiz, and then I'm going to type in a description. And this is just the title. Multiplication quiz, for example. Now, if I could give a more detailed by saying that this is the tens tables, and then assignment group is if I wanted to group these activities into later on into pulling all the grades to put them together, I could. For instance, this is always multiplication. Then I need to assign an assigned date, which I'm going to use today's date of April 27th. I'm going to say that I propose that it's going to be due on the 28th, and the actual date is if it's going to be something different than the proposed due date. My actual date is going to be the exact same because I know that I'm going to do it on that date. Go ahead and set that now. Okay, the maximum score is 100, and there's no need to change the weight multiplier. And I want to show the assignment score as the actual score. You could say I want to see it as a percent or a grade mark or a check. I want the score. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to be given this assignment in this class, this class, this class, and then this class. These two classes here, they're not going to take it. They've already surpassed this need. And then I'm going to click on Save and Back. And just lets me know that you're not in school this day, but my kids are still going to do it. And I saw that the assignment was saved. Now if I look right over here, I see that the multiplication quiz has been added. If I click here, it pulls up and it gives me all of the information about it. Well, now I want to go ahead and enter the score. I can either mass assign the score if I know that all my kids got 100 on it, or click on Score Entry, and I can go in and enter the score. I can go ahead and enter the score. If there's a special code for a kid was sick or something like that, I could do that there. And I just go down and I enter the scores. If I accidentally hit a score that's too big, it will let me know that the max score was only 100 and that I might want to reevaluate that. But I can leave it just as that. This student was absent on this day and I don't want to count it against them. Whereas this student purposely didn't do the assignment and I consider that as missing, so it will count against them. Here are those special codes over here. If I want to allow them to drop the score, if they were absent, excused, if it was gifted, if they were gifted, or if they were late. Now I'm going to stop right here and I can click Save, and those scores are automatically posted for me. And then we can click back. And then I can go into a different grade book and enter some more grades.